Awesome. And then I'll just give you the link, Stacy, that you can upload it right into YouTube later.
Okay, just let me know how and I'll do it.
What's that?
Just let me know how and I'll do it.
Okay, perfect. All right, now I'm gonna just mute everyone. Yay, it says recording. Awesome. Looks like everybody's muted. Stacy, the other Stacy with an E, can you mute your Zoom for me, please? And then my sister Stacy, mute as well. Thank you. All right, and as everybody comes in, I will ask them to mute as well. Do you guys see my shirt? Isn't that cool? I think it says the badass woman in me honors the badass woman in you. Love it. All right, so we're just gonna wait for the others to join. I'm trying to figure out where I'm putting my phone. What I was thinking when I walked out of Petro today. Let's see. Where can I go? Bothering you guys. Ooh, that's gonna be annoying, right? Okay, there. That looks like it should be okay. You guys can see me okay, right? Okay, cool. I'm blind because I'm on my phone, so I can't see. I'm gonna put my glasses on them. I think I just saw somebody trying to get in. That's funny. All three Stacys are on. All right, well, you know, I'm not going to wait very much longer. I usually give it about 4 to 5 minutes. And then things I'm going to talk about today. Ooh, that was probably better. It's a piece of paper hanging over. Things I'm going to talk about today is macros, nutrition, tracking, some tips. As of right now, I believe everyone that is on this Zoom, besides my sister, has their new macros. And there's the macros report, which I'm going to tell you how to get to it in case you don't know how to get to it. So first and foremost, when you guys are looking in your phone, and I can't show my phone because I'm using it to Zoom, but when you guys are looking in your phone and I talked about that dashboard, you should all now see the protein, carbs, and fats, that front page that I talked about yesterday. It tells you what your goal is. It tells you what you'd have remaining if you already started to track and log. And if you click on it and swipe over, you will see food logged if you've already logged. If you haven't logged anything yet, you're not going to see anything there, obviously. I'm not having anybody I didn't want anybody to start logging yet because I wanted to talk more about macros. And then everybody's going to start logging after the meeting tomorrow night. And you're going to track Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Tina, will you mute your Zoom for me? Stacy with an I, will you mute your Zoom for me, please? I'm on my phone, so it doesn't allow me to have that ability.
I thought it always did it. I don't. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, usually I do it, but on my laptop, I automatically mute you guys. Okay, so first and foremost, I want you to focus on protein. Protein is the thing that's going to satiate you. It's going to make you full, and it will help with your energy level. It helps with muscle growth, muscle repair. So protein is the most important macro to have. For every protein gram, it's 4 calories. Same goes for carbs. So carbs are for energy. You need to have carbs to survive. Not so much it doesn't work with your muscles and muscle recovery and that kind of things like protein does, but it is also 4 calories per gram of carbs. And then we have our fats, and our fats are 9 calories per gram. And obviously we all know fats are higher calories, just, we know this. But we need to have fats in our diet. So when people are like, I'm on a no fat diet, or I'm eating 0 carbs, when you restrict yourself, that's when you want it. That's when your body starts to crave it. And you crave it threefold, and then all of a sudden you're gaining weight that you lost, because now you restricted yourself and now you're taking it back. When you are tracking macros, I like to give a big picture. So let's talk about something to correlate it with. You have a mortgage, right? You have your mortgage, you have your car payment, you have insurance, but you also have a monthly budget. So your monthly budget would be like your daily calories or your macros for each protein, carbs, and fats. And if you were to have your monthly budget of your home, and you took out your house payment, and you took it out, or your rent, you took out your insurance, you took out your car payments, and you took out your bills, like your electric bill, like those kind of things. If you could not go and buy a new refrigerator if it wasn't allowed in your monthly budget. You know what your monthly budget is. You know what you can spend. You know, oh, I can get my nails done this month, or, oh, I can get my hair done and my nails done. And if you go over, what happens? Somebody's not going to get paid, right? You're going to, I don't know, bounce a check. I don't know if people bounce checks anymore, but I don't think you even have the ability to even bounce checks anymore. But if you were tracking macros, it's the same thing. You can't go over because it's not allowed. You don't have that allowance in your daily budget. And the best way to break it down is kind of the same way you do your monthly budget. You have your big bills, and whatever's left after you pay your big bills, that's disposable income, right? Now think about that about your macros. You have 165 proteins. It's hypothetical, 165 proteins divided out by your 3 main meals. And whatever you can't fit in can be disposable. You can use it for other things. So if you have 4 hard-boiled egg whites for breakfast, you know that's not going to take a big chunk out of, let's say, 55 grams of protein. So that you're going to leave, and you're going to think about, okay, what's my next big meal? Usually it would be like, let's say, lunch. I don't like naming meals, but meal number 2, we'll say. And you're going to have 8 ounces of boar's head chicken breast. Well, that's going to be a big chunk of your proteins. It might even use some of your proteins that you had left over from the morning. And now you've already logged what you've had for breakfast. You've logged what you had for lunch. So you've taken out your mortgage. You've taken out your car payment. Now you have your next big bill, and that's your next big meal. Now, knowing that you didn't use all those proteins for breakfast, you can use them for a protein bar, a protein shake, a snack during the day, but know that you still have that dinner that you have to satisfy. So I always tell people, take your macros and divide it by 3 or 4. You will get more full eating less meals. The more food you eat at one sitting, the fuller you will get, the more satiated you will get. If you are just meal picking and you're going to have 3 egg whites, and maybe around 9 o'clock, you're going to have this, and around 11, you're going to eat this, and around 1, you're going to eat this, and at 2 and 3, first of all, you're going to feel like you're always eating. You're never going to be able to get anything done. So people that told me 6 to 8 meals a day, I don't know how you get anything done eating all day. What also happens is you're never getting yourself full. So you're waiting and anticipating that next meal. And your body is waiting for it. And you're making yourself hungry because it expects it. But if you eat nice, hearty, big meals, regardless, it doesn't matter if you feel full, because you have to eat those macros regardless throughout the day. You have 1,800 calories and you have all these macros. You have to get it in whether you're eating 1 meal or you're eating 6 to 8 meals. Right? There is no ifs, ands, or about it. If you're, even if you're intermittent fasting, which I do unintentionally, but if you're doing that, you still have to get all your food in. So between 12 and 8, I get all my food in no matter what. But when I put it in my log before I eat it, because we pre-log, I think about that big budget. and put all those main meals in first. The number one rule that will help you with tracking macros is planning ahead and pre-logging. You cannot roll by the seat of your pants doing this. And you cannot after track. Because what'll happen is and I've had people say this, well, I write it down all day because I can't pull my phone out, which after talking to them, they can. I can't pull my phone out to log all this food. So when I get home, I log it all, but then I realize I went over carbs by 30, but I still need to eat 44 proteins. Well, yeah, because you have no idea what you're doing throughout the day. But if you're tracking before you eat it and logging before you eat it, then you know what you have left, and there's no way you can go over if you're being mindful about that. Now, if you say, hey, I only have 26 carbs left, but I really want this and it's 48 carbs, well, then you're not being mindful and you're not thinking about the program. You do get 10 carbs over, but then maybe you're not going to eat the whole muffin. Maybe you're only going to eat half the muffin. And then bingo, you hit your macros. Or maybe you realize I'm only eating a quarter of a cup of rice at lunch and I'm not hitting my carbs. I need to start increasing my rice at lunch. But by entering it in ahead of time, it gives you the opportunity to make a change, make an adjustment, and hit those numbers. Tracking and logging by the seat of your pants will never work. So if you are that person, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to refund you. I give everybody an out until October 9th. If this is not for you, let me know. If you don't think that you can do this, let me know. I have no problem letting people out. I do this because I believe in it and it is my passion and I know it works for myself, and hundreds of other people have been in my program and it works. But you have to be willing to track and log your food. A lot of people do it the night before. I tend to do it the night before. Stacy does it a week in advance for the entire week because she does her food shopping, and I know it's amazing, but hey, she's lost 76 pounds in a year. So she knows something's working, right? She just knows how to track her macros. And she'll say every week, can you look at my macros? It's been a year. And she still says, it's done till Thursday. Can you look at them and give me your input? I don't really need to give her much input, but in the beginning, I did, and she just took what I told her and uses it every week. You will become a creature of habit. The other day in our meeting, I said, start thinking about your staples, right? Start thinking about the food that you eat all the time that you enjoy. And those are the foods you're going to put in your log first and work around it. Eating 1 egg in the morning and 3 pieces of meat in the afternoon and 4 ounces of chicken at dinner and not eating carbs will not work. You will gain weight, just the way you did before coming into my program. The more you eat, the more you lose. I promise you. You can look it up. You can Google it. Is it true? The more you eat, the more you lose. And it will say 100%. Coach Shannon is right. It won't say that, but I am right. I promise you. Okay, so let's talk about some things. There are a lot of good meal automation and meal prep companies out there, and they will help with the decision-making burnout if you need to use those. You have Ideal Nutrition, Flex Pro. I mean, there's so many. Deliver Lean. There's HelloFresh. If you're doing HelloFresh, you have to watch the meals you're choosing. Mike and I were looking, because we do HelloFresh 2 meals a week. And I joked that we cook 2 meals a week. And Mike's like, you mean I cook it? Because I'm coming up here, I'm like, Mike, what are we cooking for dinner tonight? He's like, you mean me? But we do 2 meals of HelloFresh. So we were looking and picking meals, and Mike's like, oh, that sounds really good. And I looked it up, 880 calories per serving for 1 person. Yeah, it sounds amazing, but I would have to give up my food pretty much all day to eat that 1 meal. I'm not willing to do that, which is another reason why I quit drinking, because I'm not willing to give up my food for alcohol. I would much rather have a piece of a roll at dinner than a glass of wine. So you have to choose what means the most to you, your priority. But going back to the the automations. And I honestly do type up lists so I don't lose track and then I get off on tangents, which is why I keep adding meetings, because I realized I didn't say so. So think about those, they might help you out. What you log, you have to eat. So you can't be all proud of yourself. Oh my gosh, I hit my numbers. And then it comes time to eat it and you're like, oh, I didn't eat that apple. I didn't eat that chicken. Shit, I didn't hit my numbers. But Shannon doesn't know because I logged it all. The proof will be when you weigh yourself. And I will always say to you, your numbers look great, but did you really eat everything? Or did you eat over that? Or did you go out for dinner and try a bite or two of somebody's food or whatever it is? Because you write it, you bite it, you track it, if you snack it. No matter what goes in your mouth, it goes in your log. Because we're tracking water too, right? You're not yet because you don't see it yet. You'll see it on Monday. And on Monday, you're going to see your habits. You're going to see your workouts. And you're like, oh my God, what's going on here? I added you into a group tonight. Actually, I didn't add you guys into it. Oh, I did. Transformations, where you can see a lot of people that all their weight losses. When we get off the phone tonight or the Zoom tonight, I'm going to be adding you into a bunch of groups. Cheat sheets, sample meal plans. And if you scroll to the top of the sample meal plans, it's 1,200, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800, 2,200 meal plans. You don't have to follow them, but they'll give you a good idea. And I copy and pasted a lot of my screenshots of my logs because I log every day. You're going to get in the cheat sheet group, you're going to scroll all the way up, which is also in your ebook, but it's a little bit easier to read in the cheat sheet group, the shopping list. It's not that you have to eat that food. It's just ideas for you to eat foods. Okay, let me keep going. We are no longer yo-yo dieting in our world. We are now learning how to eat properly, changing our habits without restrictions. And the best part about this is you guys are in here for Thanksgiving. And we're going to have how to handle the holidays and holiday recipes. And I'll remind you that Thanksgiving is one meal. It's not while you're cooking all day and not the day after leftovers, and it doesn't have to be all thick, fattening food. Okay, so I want you now to start thinking about what your favorite dinner is. And for homework tomorrow will be to log your favorite dinner in your tracking app and then work around that and see how that works for you. I mean, it could be mac and cheese. Please don't be healthy because you're in this program. Whatever you like to eat is what I want you guys to eat, and just change how you're eating it, how much of it you're eating. My favorite thing is to play Macros Tetris. And that's how you're going to learn how to get everything to fit in. And you'll message me and be like, I don't know how I'm going to eat. Let me just let this person in. I don't know how I'm going to eat all that food, or I don't know, I'm way over, help me figure this out. And I'm going to say, oh, we're going to move this, you're going to change this, reset, and let me know what it looks like. Jessica, can you mute your Zoom for me, please? Thank you. That's okay. It's totally okay. Usually I can mute you when you come in, but I'm actually on my phone tonight, not my laptop. Find your go-to meals. Find your go-to restaurants. Like I have 2 restaurants that are fast food, I can call fast food, that are like my go-tos. One is, I don't know where you guys live, but it's called AJ's Grill or something like that. It's in Lake Worth. There's one somewhere else, but they have 2 pieces of grilled chicken breast, broccoli, and sweet potato fries. It's already in my log, and I know if I'm at a jam for dinner, I can get it. As far as chains, Pollo Tropical is a great option. You can get 2 pieces of grilled chicken breast, which is about 6 to 8 ounces. And you can get the brown rice. You can get white rice. Don't limit yourself to brown rice. Just make sure you log it. Chipotle, anything that you can build a bowl is a great option. Chipotle, Poke Company, just salads, sweet greens. because you can ask them how much of what they're putting in for you, and you can build your own little. Like I have one that says Shannon's Bole chicken. I have one that says Shannon's Chipotle, no beans. Shannon's Chipotle with beans. So I've already built it. I know what I'm getting, and it's done. I went with Sarah H to the Poke Company a year or two ago, and we sat there and asked them everything, how much they put of cauliflower rice and blah, blah, blah. So we built it, and 2 years ago, I still use it. So really think about those things and put it in your app so it's there. Just like I told you, I put the alcohol in, so it's there. Be prepared. If you're prepared, what is it? Failure to prepare is preparing to fail, right? Okay, so let's talk about new things. Don't grocery shop when you're hungry. Don't Instacart while you're hungry or shipped while you're hungry. This I believe in and don't believe in. Like they say don't graze while you're eating, but I have to sometimes when I have that big bowl of food, I have to graze. I have to eat and then get up and come back down and eat, come back so I can finish it. And if you guys think I'm joking around my big bowl, if you watch the food video, I show you my big green bowl. It's like a joke in my house. Alexa and Avery, Mike's daughters, joke around all the time that they never want me to cook dinner because they would all have big green bowls, and inside it would have broccoli, tilapia, and mustard. Because that's like my staple food. Because it's clean. I love clean food. I don't like crap, and it makes me happy. Okay, so let's see. Have one meal each day that you can easily manipulate, like deli turkey wraps or soft chicken tacos. You can add more meat to those to get more protein. You can add avocado or mayo to get your fats. And you could add more veggies to get carbs. So those are great options just to have it available to you. I'm going to revert back to the food video, but I'm going to talk about it really quick. Something I still do, and I've been doing it for 10 years, is I go to Publix and I get 2 to 3 pounds of boar's head chicken breast. And I mix up the flavors now because eating the same flavor of boar's head chicken breast for 10 years is like, so I get a pound of the buffalo, I get a pound of the Ever Roast, and I get a pound of the, there's one more, I can't think of what it's called. I used to get the teriyaki, but there's too many carbs in it because of the teriyaki sauce that they put on there, the carb sugars. And when I go, I ask the Publix lady, and I don't go on a Saturday or Sunday when it's the busiest day. I usually go on a Monday morning, and I say, can you put a slice of paper in between every 6 ounces? So when I get home, it's already measured out for me. I don't even put it in the refrigerator. I put every 6 ounces in a baggie, and I grab it and go. And that's my snack during the day. It's not even a meal, because that 6 ounces allows me to know that I don't have to bulk up on my proteins throughout my meals, because I have that throughout the day that I'm eating. And I say that because I leave my house at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I usually don't get home until 7 or 8 at night, sometimes 9 at night. So I fill my cooler up when I leave the house in the morning with all my food. I sit there and I scan it, track it, everything I'm eating. And then I start, as I'm putting it in, kind of like a grocery store, as I'm putting it in my cooler, I'm scanning it. Putting it in my cooler, I'm scanning it, unless it's already in there, because I have a lot that I just copy paste. But it will really help you if you give yourself these little hacks. With berries, as soon as I get it home, I break it up and put them in baggies. Rice cakes, I take 2 rice cakes in a baggie every day, chocolate flavored rice cakes. I may not eat them while I'm on the road, but it is freaking awesome when we hang up on the Zoom and I'm waiting for dinner to be ready, and I know I can have at least 1 or 2 of those rice cakes. I do that with my Quest chips also. Quest chips have 18 proteins, and they are so freaking good. The tortilla ones, sorry, my shoulder hurts. The tortilla ones, not the potato chip Quest chips. Those are gross, but the tortilla ones are really good. I just got a box delivered from Amazon today. I haven't opened it yet. Drink a lot of water. We underestimate the power of water. but water helps you lose weight. It also helps you when you're hungry in between meals, if you happen to be. Eventually you will get hungry again, I promise. I drink a lot of Perrier water. I try to limit myself now because I felt myself getting bloated, but it is water. There's nothing in it that's bad for you. Just limit yourself. Perrier has smaller fizzes than bubblies and LaCroix. So I've switched to plain Perrier. I actually did it while I was on a cruise. And I like it a lot better, but I try to limit myself to 1 or 2, and then everything else is hint waters. Hint waters are a great way to get your water down too. Okay. This I've never talked about, but if you want to make a friend in the group, you can share your MyFitnessPal so you can see how they log things or if they have great food ideas. And at the meeting tomorrow night, which is the main meeting with everybody, actually next Wednesday for the new session, because tomorrow's the last session, not very many people show up. But the first meeting of the new session, I'm going to ask if anybody would like for me to make a group that you guys can all put your MyFitnessPal names. I know it's not called names. I can't think of what it's called. And you guys can do that because it'll be a great way that you guys can see, oh, wow, I never thought about eating that, or that's a great idea or something. In addition to the amazing food finds that you guys are not in yet, the recipe group that you're not in yet, you guys are going to have such a new world when I start adding you to groups after this meeting. You're going to love it. Can you tell I get excited? I love this stuff. Okay. We already talked about this in my notes, to evenly distribute macros, including fiber. And I'm glad I put this in my notes because fiber, you want to get at least 15 and you want to try not to go over 30. 15 will help you go to the bathroom. 30 will make you constipated, usually. Now, everybody's not the same. I can't say everybody and everyone because I eat so much broccoli that I could eat 35 to 40 grams of fiber a day and still have no problem going number 2. Majority of the world cannot. And you might feel like you're getting constipated in the beginning of the program. I kind of remember my sister did, and I don't need to call you out, but I remember you did. And then we tweaked something and you have no problem now, right? Okay, good. Not that you want to tell the world that, but because the Zoom is on YouTube and everybody can watch it. Sorry. All right, so you want to keep an eye on that. It also will help you get a consistent flow of your energy, and you'll help you from falling short in one macro, which we talked about already. Buy smaller serving sizes of things. I love that they have the 80 calorie packs, and the 100 calorie packs, and the 100 calorie Yasso bars. Because if you scan it, log it, or not scan it if you have MyFitnessPal Now Premium and you just look for it, you know that's all you can have. You can also use it to your advantage. Oh, I only have 1 bag of pretzels logged for 80 calories, but holy crap, I could have 2 because I have that many carbs left. Even the cheese sticks, the fats, the proteins. Sometimes I'll put 1 cheese stick in and I'll be like, oh my God, I could still have another one. And I might go to the circles. What are those, mini cows? Instead, 10 minutes I have for my Zoom. Did you get the notification too, Stacey? You did, okay. Did anybody else get the notification? Just me and my sister, because you're recording. Okay. So it really will help you. The 100 calorie popcorn packs, the Himalayan Evil popcorn packs are amazing. They're so good. It's like Himalayan salt and has like a aftertone of coconut, but doesn't really. You can't, I don't know. It's so good. I'm going to bring that to our share and tell so everybody can see it. We'll be having that the second meeting. So everybody has third meeting. So everybody has time to find stuff and then share everything. Okay. So we're going to work on planning one day that fills your macros perfectly. I'm going to help you hit those numbers by you adding stuff that you like, and then you're all going to fall short. Do not worry. I will help you. There's no reason to panic. There's no reason to get overwhelmed. We have 9 weeks with each other. By week 3, you're going to be like, oh my God, I love macros Tetris. You're so right. And you're going to be helping other people. I promise. Okay. Let me make sure I don't have anything. You always want to have a single source macro on hand. So I always use like chicken breast. Tuna pouches are great as a single source protein. Cheese is a great single source. Fat might have a little bit of protein, not too much. Rice cakes are a great carb. In the cheat sheet, you're gonna have this. It's also in your ebook, and it says, help, what do I eat? I need carbs and fats. And at the top, it tells you what's gonna be carbs and fats. I need just carbs, it's gonna tell you. I need a high volume, low macros foods. It's going to be here. I put this all together for you guys. It is the best cheat sheet ever. In the app, it's multicolored, but I printed it from the app. So it's not multicolored, but you'll see it when you get in there. There's cheat sheets with circles that overlap each other. There's a sushi cheat sheet. You're gonna get fast food cheat sheets, because sometimes you just gotta go to fast food. And if you do, there's a cheat sheet for it. I didn't make those. Those I found for you guys. Set your environment up for success. That means if you have shit in your house, get it rid of it. No one in your house needs to have crap. Believe me. Stacy with the eye is like, I'm trying to do it. I keep telling somebody, he doesn't listen to me. I love that. Poor Mike. I have like, let's say almonds in the house. He's like, and he'll go to get almonds and I'm like, hold on. And I actually count out 20 almonds for him. But we don't keep, I don't have anything bad in our house. But it's so funny because whatever we do have, it's already, I ration it out. He's like, I just want to grab a big, he tells his friends, I just want to grab the bag and just sit on the couch and eat it. And here's Shannon, to a little bowl of 20 almonds. But you have to have control if you're going to keep stuff like that in your house. I talk about really quick, and then I'll finish up with this meeting tomorrow night. But there was a principal who is now a fitness instructor, which I'm so proud of her, but she's a principal. She's still a principal. She came to me, I met her at Starbucks one day. I didn't meet her, I knew her. And then she said, can you meet me at Starbucks? I can't do this program and I really need to meet with you one-on-one. And she said, I can't do it with my kids. They want Doritos and, you know, I feel bad. They're not overweight. And I'm like, first of all, you're a principal. You should know way better than to give them crap, processed shit. But she said, you know, I need it for their lunches and all that stuff. So we put a plan together to get a tub, and she put a lock on the tub and she put all their stuff in there. And she put it in her cupboard, her pantry. She had a walk-in pantry. And she gave her teenager the key to that tub. And then the teenager would come down, unlock it so that she can put all the lunches together. And then the teenager would lock it again and take the key again. So anything that was bad in the house was in that tin or that tub. And it worked for her. I tell you guys one more story and then I'm going to end the meeting, but I have one more. Mike loves to get, and it's a tradition that he gets us the, babe, is it Crate and Barrel the chocolate comes from? The chocolate brick that you buy Christmas time? Yeah, the peppermint brick. Okay, Williams-Sonoma. You know, Williams-Sonoma has like the peppermint bark brick, and he buys it and gets our names engraved on it, and it's all really sweet. Told him not to do it anymore, but he does it and it's sweet. And now he just does it for the girls. He doesn't do it for me anymore. But when I first did it, I would eat mine and then I would start going into theirs. And I said, you guys need to hide this shit from me, because if you don't, I'm going to go to Williams-Sonoma and eat all of them on the shelf too. I have zero self-control when it comes to that stuff. I am normal, just like you guys. I love sweets. I love carbs. And so they started hiding it from me, which I do that with a lot of stuff. I'll say, Mike, just hide it so I don't know it's even here. Halloween candy, I won't buy it until the day before. And then we don't keep it in the house after. Don't do that to yourself. Clean your environment up. And I'm going to finish with that tomorrow too. I want to talk about setting yourself up. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Post-it notes. We're going to talk about using your scale if you want. We're going to talk about, estimating portion sizes. We have a lot to talk about tomorrow. I want you to continue thinking about foods that you're going to use for your practice days. I really want you to use what you're really going to eat. So start thinking about that. I'm going to add you guys into Stacey, you're already in these groups. Stacy with a Y. You're already in these groups, but everybody else, I'm going to add you to all the groups I started talking about today. Please don't get overwhelmed. I don't take questions on the Zooms, Jess. Hold on one second. Because it gets too confusing with everybody on here, but you are more than welcome to send me a message outside the Zoom. And yours is a different scenario because you're doing a religious fast and all that. So I'll talk about that on the outside. Okay. Everybody have an amazing night. Always be badass. And send me any questions you have now going forward, because our question and answers, I'm going to answer them with you privately, and then I'm going to bring it to the question and answer meeting on Saturday. If I don't get any, don't worry. I have 3 years worth of Q&As that people have sent in that I will use also. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I should have thought of that. Oh, that's a good question. So I look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow night. We have 2 meetings back to back. You do not have to come to the weekly meeting tomorrow. It's just a wrap up of this past 8-week session, but you're more than welcome if you would like. And then we have our meeting at 7:45, where it will be another 30-minute meeting about macros. And then we're going to work on macros for Thursday, Friday, Saturdays are Q&A. And then we just go for it for 8 weeks with everybody else. So you guys are going to do awesome. I love that you're on here. Engaged is the #1 thing that is going to make you successful. Being engaged in the Zooms, being engaged in the meetings. Some of you I get to see at Orange Theory or at Retro Fitness, so that'll help you too. And then of course the workouts that we'll continue doing starting next week. So everybody have an amazing night. Remember, always be badass, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye everyone. Stacy, I'm going to end it and then I'm going to call you. All right, bye.